Hello, hello. Welcome back to Divine Destiny Guide. How are you? Sending you the purest of love and light. As always, God is for us. Who can be against us? So here, welcome if it's your first time returning soul tribers, new soul tribers. Thank you very much. So we have here Pluto. It says your willingness to confront the darkness within you opens the gateway to profound healing and soul evolution. Let the transformation begin. So, yes, so for a lot of you, maybe you're doing this now or you've done this. This is confirmation. You were willing to confront the darkness within us. All of us have a light side and a dark side, so you were willing to go within, or you're getting ready to do this, or you're called to do this, to confront the darkness, the things that scare you, the things that you really try to avoid. It's like you will do anything else but that. Really, there is no secret. It's about going within, because for a lot of us, the things that we do now as adults, there are the insecurities, the shaky or the faulty foundation that we had when we were children. Again, the codependency, the mother son, father daughter issues, whatever they are, all those toxic behaviors or patterns, because it's as a result of us having something, for most of us, in our past. This is why our behavior now is as it is. The partners we choose, the people that we do life with. So it's kind of like when you were born, your parents probably took you to a church and they christen you, sprinkle water over you, and say the prayer, which is awesome. That is good. But again, that alone can't do it. So when you become an adult, now you have a responsibilities. Like now your parents or whomever you were raised with, they are not responsible for you anymore. So now you will have to take full control of your life. As far as everything that happened, it's now your responsibility. You can't blame other people for the things that you're struggling with, for the insecurities that you have, the fears you have. Now you have to confront it. And for a lot of you, a lot of us, we have not, or we didn't do it until later on, right? When life really starts happening, and as a result of things happening in our lives, and then we realize it kind of catapult us, or was the catalyst for the change that we need to really sit down and confront. Like the song Michael Jackson, I'm talking to the man in the mirror, I'm asking him to change his ways. So even today, a lot of people are going around, they're adults, they're aging, but they really have not done this work. They are not willing to confront the darkness that they have within them. And this is why they're still going around hurting people, hurting themselves, doing and engaging in behaviors and lifestyles that it's not beneficial for them or to them. And for a lot of us, but by the grace of God, we would have been out there as well. Many are called, few are chosen. Those who are chosen, these are the ones who decide, or those are the ones who decided that they need to continue the journey. You could have stopped at being called. A lot of people are called. It's like a whole room full, a whole hall, but again, it's only a few people decided that yes, I'm going to continue. Yes, it's painful, it hurts, but I'm going to allow God to take me under so that I can confront the boogeyman. Whatever it is, the fears that haunt you, the nightmares, the things, you're going to deal with it, because a lot of people are broken. And it's out of their brokenness. We fall in love with somebody and you say, oh, I'm giving you my heart. and then you're giving your heart, your whole heart, to somebody who doesn't even know what a heart is, man or woman. They themselves are broken. So this is why it is so important for us to do this work. It's big, and it's not easy. It's painful. This is why a lot of people avoid it. So a lot of women may prefer to wear a lot of makeup, a lot of foundation, like funeral home makeup, because they want to plaster the pain, the shame, the unhappiness. Guys may want to work out or get the best fade or haircut, whatever it is, on the outside, but again on the inside, like the Bible says, that's like a whitewashed sepulcher. On the outside look white, clean, and nice, but on the inside, people are broken. It's filled with dead man's bone. So it is so important for us to, and again, even when you do this confrontation, it's like you have your light side, you still have your shadow side. But again, like Paul says, when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, and I thought as a child. Now that I am a man, I put away childish things. So once you confront those things and you heal them, it's like you reconcile those things. You come face to face with all the things, and sometimes it takes going to counseling. How did that make you feel? Sometimes you have to cry it out. The pain, just getting down in the gutter of your soul and just, unraveling everything. Writing those forgiveness letters, forgiving yourself. All of these things for a lot of people, I'm telling you, a lot of people going around their either their nappy or their diaper was wrapped too tight. It's like they were stuck with a pin. It's like they probably bit their mom and she dropped them something. But I mean, it's a lot of broken people are going around, who are unwilling to do the work. It's like they want to be the man or the wife of the house, but they are not ready. They are not ready. And so even for a lot of men, a lot of guys, you have a lot of things you need to work on too. Because a lot of you probably grew up around females, and a lot of toxic females who were very manipulative, and so as a result, you end up attracting a lot of females who are also of that same nature. Women who guilt trip you, and then you are afraid now to leave toxic relationships with women because they are laying out every reason why you shouldn't go, because they want you to be guilty. And this is why you're given even the call in the Bible where you're told, leave your mother and father and cleave to your wife. Because it's like women, or at least most women, don't have a problem leaving the house. But men, because a lot of them can be mama's boys, then they tend to maybe want to stick closer, stay in the house, or the mom still have, or the parents still have that control over them. But it's like, if you're going to date, it's like, now it's time to grow up, it's time to man up, take responsibility, take charge, take control of your life. So now it's like, if you want the woman to submit, to be respectful to you, then you need to be ready for that. Because it's a reason why God did not take the rib from Adam's head or his foot, because he didn't want her to be like his doormat. But again, he took it from his side. So that means it's a partnership. It's a partnership. So therefore, you can't expect a woman to show up, not to be submissive to you, when you are not ready. You're not ready. This is why God brought Eve after Adam already have things in place, because she's a helpmeet. So that means if she show up ready to work, like, okay, what do you want me to do? And you're like, you're not ready. So when this divine feminine shows up, she's ready. She's ready to work. Divine feminines, divine masculines are not lazy people. They come ready, pregnant, with a lot of potential possibilities, ready to make this thing work. And I'm telling you, a lot of you guys, you end up dealing with fake feminines. They think they're divine, but no, they're demonic feminines. And there's a big difference between them versus the divine feminine. Because a lot of these demonic feminines, they don't like to work. They're lazy, they lack creativity, they lack passion, they lack spark. And a lot of them, they are in witchcraft. They're very evilous, very demonic. They gossip, very low vibrational. So if you are a masculine who is evolved, you will recognize that. But then again, for a lot of you, these women, they will work witchcraft on you so that you don't know your head from your foot, really. Because again, it's like they're like your doctor in the physical sense, where they have to keep you sedated, so that you don't wake up. Because if you wake up, then you're gonna see the light and you're gonna leave, and you are their meal ticket. They don't want you to go anywhere. And a lot of the times you stay because again, you're not healed from those past traumas of guilt that your parents or women in your life, they place over you. So it's deep. But again, for those of you who are willing to confront the darkness, yes. And it's the same for us ladies, men, they want to be respected. So therefore, and again, submit is, I don't know why a lot of women think submission is a curse word. It's like, pick a side, because it's like at the same time you want the man to be, to open the door and to protect and all of this stuff, but at the same time, it's like, oh, I'm not. Every day we submit whether we know it or not. If you drive, you submit at the stop sign, you submit at the light. You go to the supermarket. If you don't submit to the line, you're going to end up in a fight with somebody. So you have to submit. And so submission is not a bad word. It's just knowing that, okay, at least somebody is ahead to represent. They're a representative. And if you think it's not good to have somebody represent, if you're in a relationship and there's a knock on the door at some time of the night, or somebody confront and you're out, it's good to have somebody to step up to protect, right? Because that's what they're there for. So you can't pick and choose when they should be this. So it's the same thing. If you want the man to love you as Christ loved the church, then there's also things, and men, you can't be beating women over the head. Submit. Everybody have their role to play. And like I said, a lot of it's based on our healing, confronting the things of the past. Because again, we may look at certain things and say, I'm not submitting. Why? Because we've seen what happened to our parents, our grandparents. And it's like you swear that you would not let that happen to you. So it's not until we do those healing, because we only see a fraction of what happened. We don't know what happened in their lives, or before, way before we came on the scene. So therefore, it's up to us to, again, break those patterns, again, those generational curses. That's a part of that, by going within, clearing out those things and breaking those patterns. So that means moving forward for your children, your lineage, you can live that life that's exemplary. And that too, with them building on that, their generation and to come it will be better. Okay, so that's good. So it says let the healing begin. And we have here Saturn. Embrace the task before you, knowing that through dedication and hard work you can achieve your goals and lay the groundwork for your future. Absolutely. So embrace what's ahead of you. So when you do the healing, you let it go, let the change, the transformation begin. Now you can set out on your path. Because again, like I said before, when you do the work and when you're off the light, you hard work, you're not afraid to work hard. And it's like by you breaking those limitations even from over your mind, you believe that you can achieve your goals and you lay the groundwork for your future. It's like you're not sitting back waiting for anybody for a handout to come to do this for you. You are doing this for yourself. So for a lot of you, your third eye chakra is opening up as well. So trust the nudges, for they are the cosmic breadcrumbs leading you towards your purpose. So again, when you do all of this work, again, you're ready to take up the mantle to walk into your purpose, walk into your destiny. It's like you can't do this with all of that baggage that you have inside of you now if you have not dealt with those. It's like if you want different, you must do something differently. So we have the Lion's Gate. The portal calls you to step into your power. Let your authentic voice be heard. Align with your purpose and embrace the divine light within you. Absolutely. So again, it's just once you, because this is the only card where she's sitting down, confronting the fears, the things of the past, whatever it is, healing those parts of you. But from then on, with the Saturn and the Lion's Gate, it's forward movement. And they talk about embracing and walking in, getting in alignment with your purpose. So it's like if people are wondering, again, the secret is no secret. You need to go and do your own work. This is ridiculous. This is absurd. You want to destiny swap. You're looking at other people's life thinking that should be your life. They don't deserve. You don't know what I've been through. And after I've gone through this where I have to sit down, or any one of the collective had to confront everything that happened to them in their past, in their childhood, whether they were guilty of it or not, had to do the healing, answer the call, and step into the light and go through the dark nights of the soul, those pain, turmoil. And then you're going to tell me, now when the gate is open for me, you want to run, push me over, and step in front of me to go and get my blessing. I think not. I think not. I think, again, see, people think, yes, you're healed. But like I said, Paul said, when I was a child, he spoke, understood, thought as a child, as a man. So it's like, don't get it twisted. Don't think that because we are healed or we're healing and we're walking in the light, don't think that we're so, again, a lot of people were naive and gullible in the past. But let me tell you, when you go through this rebirth, this is like baby pain, birthing something. When you go through that, naivety is gone. Naivety is gone. And this is why a lot of people are so ridiculous. They think that they played games in your face and then they can come back and keep doing the same thing. It's like once you go within and do that work where, okay, why do I allow these things to keep happening to me? It's because I'm codependent, I'm toxic, I have mommy issue, I have daddy's issue, abandonment, rejection issue. This is why you allow these things to happen. And once you get the handle of those things, then you have these puppy show, they're coming back thinking that they can trick you the same way again. It's like it's finished. No, you're not gonna run up upon me at going in the Lion's Gate, where I'm going through my purpose, to try to knock me over, to run ahead of me. I don't think so. And plus, I believe that these things have those, like laser beam, where it will, like pretty much injure or hurt those people, because again, it's like you running through and you're not cleansed. So it will trap you, because it's like that path is not for everybody. It's unique to each person. So don't think you can destiny swap and do all of this, show up. No. You may think, because a lot of people who are narcissists, they actually think that they are more qualified than other people. They are better than other people. They're in their ego. These people, they have an identity crisis, an inflated ego, where they think more of themselves than they actually are. So yes, you have done the work, and now you're walking in your purpose, and I love it. I love it for you. I love it for us. That's awesome. So, and it says here Sarah, and right behind it Abraham. It's like they were a couple again. Number 7. So even for Sarah, it says patience, miracles, hope fulfilled. So for a lot of you, it's the promise that God has for you. And again, we're imperfect people. And even Sarah, when God told her she was going to have a baby at her ripe age, she laughed. She laughed because she didn't think that it would come to pass. And she went ahead and gave her maid to her husband to get her pregnant. And that caused a whole, that's another story by itself. But yeah. So it's important, again, to listen to what God says, for us not to run ahead of ourselves. It's like even in connections and relationships, I've been there. It's like whom God put together, no man can put asunder. But then sometimes we put ourselves with people. God did not put those connections together. So it's just to break in the deck here. I see the father of lies, which is the devil, who is unethical, immoral, and diabolic. Again, you're going to have these people who believe these lies, or who refuse to change their immoral, their demonic, their devilish ways, when it comes to confronting themselves, because they think nothing is wrong with them, but everything is wrong with you. So yeah, a lot of these people, they will refuse, King Nebuchadnezzar, repentance, restoration, reverence. Is like he was disobedient for a while, 41, that's 5, change. But again, by praying, by repenting, he was restored, back to his faith. So just keep pushing. We're imperfect people, but again, as long as you're willing to do the work, that's what it's all about here. Mary Magdalene, deliverance, dedication, and transformation. Absolutely. So yeah, so a lot of you're delivered from the past, you're delivered from your hurt, your traumas, you're delivered from the enemy. You're no longer a slave to fear. You're no longer a slave to codependency, to being alone, to that whatever attachment of the devil, smoking, drinking. A lot of people are afraid to get in the mirror and look at themselves. They can't do it unless they take a drink, unless they use some other substance, because they don't want to have that guilt. So it's like they live blind again with that devilish energy. Yeah, right here we have Judas. It's like they're betraying, they're fooling themselves, they're deception, treachery. Yeah, so it's like they are joining up with the enemy to sabotage themselves. So for a lot of you, a lot of us, you went inside to do the self-exploration, to peel off the false persona and get to know yourself, to find the truth. So you pull off the false mask, because for a lot of people, a lot of you, what people see is not what they get. And so it's important to go within, to pull the mask off, to confront the real you, to confront the real you. Because you can fool others, but you can't fool God. And you know you're really fooling yourself too. Because at the end of the day, when you have to sit by yourself and it gets quiet, you know you're living a false life. You know you're not true. You're not authentic. You know, it's like you have to suck it in. When you're around people, you can't be who you really are. And that's what you're called to be. And that's what a lot of you did. You went inside and you did the work, and you feel, it says, feel what you feel. So like I said before, it hurts. It hurts. It's not easy. And this is why not a lot of people do it. Not a lot of people go through it. I mean, it's just like within these communities, not a lot of people went through the transformation. A lot of people, they just pick up some cards and, you know, again, the devil has certain power where he can use people. And then you have those of us who God put here, because again, the devil can't be running things all over the place. God needs some representative over here too. Because he know that some people are coming through who really need the truth, and they don't need to hear from those other sources. So whatever it is that you're going through, you have to feel it in order to heal it. Feel it to heal it. If it doesn't hurt, if it doesn't feel like, this is why people will say you're crazy when you're going through this phase, because it's kind of like you're in between reality and the spiritual realm. And it's like you really feel as if you're jumping timelines. It's like sometimes you will feel like you just went like through like 10 years like that. It's like that quantum leap, I'm telling you. For those of you, you know what I'm talking about. So it's like moving forward, you will avoid toxic people, or you're doing that, or you're called to do that. You're not gonna hang out with people who will try to keep you down. You're gonna hang out with people who will uplift your spirit and not bring it down. You're gonna seek people who you vibe together with. Again, transform. Those other people, they're gonna pull you down. Like I said, they're gonna be jealous of your gift. You're doing the work. You're walking through the lion's gate. You know, you can't sneak them through the gate with you. You can't sneak them through the portal. Everybody have to do their own work. Every tub must sit on their own bottom. Everybody will have to face their own judgment day. You know, so it's like a lot of people, they will be left behind because they refuse to do the work. Because these people, the toxic ones, they're rats, they're snakes. If you bring them with you, they're going to destroy you. So then it's like, why you do all that work in the first place? You can't save them. Only God can save people. You know, so this is what a lot of you will be coming to realize. And if you are doing the work, congratulations, keep it up. You know, I mean, it's not easy, but it will be worth it. It will be worth it. When the things that you fear the most, you realize you're at a point where you're not afraid of those things anymore. They don't scare you anymore. Who wants to come, come. Who wants to leave, leave. You're not codependent. You embrace your peace and you wait on God for Him to fulfill those other orders for you. But it's like you're not running after. You don't want to entertain anything that God does not have for you. I mean, that is one of the beauty that comes from healing, is knowing that everything you need is inside of you. And whatever you don't need, you can always look to God, because He's the author and the finisher of our faith. He's the only one He wants us to be dependent on, because he's the one who made us. So it's kind of like if you're a car, if something happens, you know, the dealer has the parts. A lot of people don't go to the dealer because they think it's gonna cost them too much money, but then in the end you may end up with problems, right? So when you go to another person to fulfill your orders of love and fulfillment, you're going to another human being who themselves, they're broken. And this is how we end up getting so hurt and disappointed, because we're going to another human being for our, to get fill up whatever we need, and then we only end up getting more hurt again. And I think a lot of people don't want to say, oh, they have a source to go to, because they think, oh, I have, yeah, you have everything, and you, yes, you may be little g God and goddesses, but at the same time there is a big G God, capital G God, and he is and always will be. So it's like everything we need is within him, and he has it. He has all the spare parts that we need. So therefore we go to him to fill our needs, let him know what we're in need of. He filled that up. And then we don't have to look outside of ourselves to another human being to take care of those needs. So I love that for you. I love it for us. Keep on healing, keep on growing, keep on evolving, keep on glowing. God is for you. Who can be against you? Until next time, take care and be blessed.